to me, success is a little bit more than that. I feel like if you set a goal for yourself and you're on the path of achieving it, that in and of itself means you're already successful.
Welcome to Pushing Your Peace podcast, the number one podcast for living a progressive and happier life. This episode features Daphne Rigby, founder of Kreatives, the fashion designer group recently crowned winners of Mid and TCI's fashion show. Daphne shares how her team's journey, 5 years of bold designs and 3 years of competition, led to a major success. She also highlights the power of prosperity and purpose in building one of the hottest brands in the Turks and Caicos Islands. Sit back, relax, and let's get ready to push some peas. I appreciate you coming on Pushing Your Peas podcast. It's a pleasure to have Kreatives. I've been following you guys for quite some time, actually since COVID. Not only that, I had an opportunity to talk to you guys at Mid and TCI recently where you guys won the fashion show. So first of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So I want to start off this episode by asking, why do you spell Kreatives the way you spell it? Because it's a very unique way that you spell Kreative. So I want to know, where did you get that name and spelling from?
It's in all honesty, my mind, but I thought of the word Kreatives in and of itself, the correct spelling. And I wanted to make that mine because that's who I was. And that's the art I know I was going to bring forth. But I wanted it to also be original. So with that in mind, I sat down and I was like, how can I break this word apart and still keep the same saying? So like when someone looks at it, they could catch on like off back. This is what this means. And that's how that came about. I can't tell you entirely, like a fantastic story, but that's just how it came about. I took that word and I just wanted it to make it mine. And that's how I did it.
You wanted to own it, like you wanted Kreative to be your,
Yes.
but you have it broken up into like 3 segments. Again, that was just you getting creative, I assume.
Yes. And I wanted it to be, at first it was together, and I showed it to one of my friends and he couldn't read it. So he used to make a lot of jokes about it because it wasn't a word, man. He was like, this not gonna stick. And I'm like, this has to stick because this is creative, this is what it means. And he was like, I don't see creatives in this word. So I was like, put like 2 dots in between the word, and I was like, how about now? Can you see it? If you break it apart, can you see it? He was like, yeah, but it sounds like it's saying he couldn't pronounce it. So I was like, no, it's Kreatives. You can just take the pause, and then you'll start to understand a little more what we got going on. So that's how that came about.
That's amazing. And I've been following you since COVID, but how long has the brand been around?
The brand been around a year before COVID, but I hadn't released clothing. I started customizing shoes. So I wanted the people to see what I was capable of art-wise, because Kreatives, I didn't want it to be boxed. I wanted the people to know that we have a lot to offer, and I wanted to start with some sort of canvas. And at the time, sneakers was just that. And we started off with just sneakers in 2018.
Now, what I've observed about Kreatives is that it's not a one band type of show going on. It's a group of you.
Yes, it is.
So tell me, how did this group come together? How did the creative group come together?
Kreatives is a very diverse group. Very, very diverse group. We have captains, we have a producer, we have another artist as well who does customization and also with the shoes. So it's a very diverse group. We met initially through mutual friends. And it was, in fact, an individual who used to do shoe customization just as mine. And he was looking at my page and he was like, I started this such and such time, and I took a pause in it. And I was like, why would you do that if you're so great? So we started bonding over that and me trying to get him back into that. So being that I was so persistent on it, he was like, you know what? I have another group of people I need you to meet. You're the type of individual you want to keep around, and we grew from that basically. So I met Eve Simmons, that's my partner. He's also a producer, he's a rapper as well. Then we have Marcus, he's the captain. We have John, he's the designer, he's the artist. We got Love, she does art, she does more so the social media. And who else? I hope I'm not leaving anyone else. I think that's it. That's 5 plus, right? Including me.
No, I know you. I know you got a large team. But
Yeah.
then tell me how does that work when it comes to bringing your pieces together? How do you guys find? Because sometimes you form these relationships, but then there's conflicts and there's egos. So how do you guys make that relationship work as a group?
We're friends first. So we're friends first and business second. I feel that's what makes this such a good ride, how it's been so far. So there's no ego thing in it. It's all about trying to get each other better. So if we see something where we can make it better, we just implement it. That's basically it.
And what's the ultimate goal for creatives? Like, where are you trying to take this brand?
The ultimate goal for creatives is to go international, but not just to go international as a brand. I want to go international to spread awareness about my islands. Growing up, they always taught us, and also they always taught us about our islands and also our culture. So as time went, it started to diminish a bit, and not a lot of people are embracing our culture. They kind of put a little more American in it, and I felt some kind of way about that going into this because I was like, you know what? I don't want to just put art on a piece of clothing. I want to put something on a piece of clothing. When they wear it, they also learn about who I am and where I'm from and where my culture is and this, that, and the third. So that's where Creatives is going to go. Creatives is going to spread awareness about who we are here in the Turks and Caicos, no matter how far that may be. Could even be the moon, you know. Ask Elon. We're going to be there soon.
Hey, it's possible. He's trying to come Turk, so it's possible. I've always been a fan of local brands. Actually, if you've watched most of my shows, even when I have on a blazer, I'm usually wearing local like clothes on under it. So I'm always, even tonight, I have on Jet,
Jack Club.
and I have on Jack Club, yeah, and I have on Cake Strip. So all my shows, I always promote brands. I always promote because I'm a true lover of art. I'm a true lover of the culture. And so my next question to you is there a company or a person within the field that has been a mentor to you while you were on your journey to building your brand?
Mm, I wouldn't necessarily say mentor, but I've had a backbone, my partner, Eve Simmons. So I wouldn't necessarily call him a mentor. He's my backbone, basically. So
Right.
he helps me stay grounded when needs be.
Okay, but no sort of mentorship or guidance from any other players in the field.
Nope, this is all me and culture.
Is it because it's really competitive, or is it just that people haven't reached out to you?
I wouldn't necessarily say competitive because I've put myself out there a lot of times. Nobody reach out.
Right.
So I don't know
Okay.
what the
Fair.
issue is, but nobody reach out.
Right. Right.
So
No,
that's just how that goes. Good, good.
so what advice would you give to your younger self who's first entering this field, given that you've been doing this for the past 5 years now? I know it's not been long, and usually they say a business doesn't really start to take off until a decade in, but you are starting to bloom. So what advice would you give to a younger you just entering the field?
It's gonna this journey is gonna be worth it. It's gonna be worth it, and start quicker. Start sooner than I took. Even though it's 5 years, I feel like I should have been started. And I was very hesitant at first. So the advice I tell myself is start sooner.
That's amazing. Now tell me about your experience at Made in TCI. I know this is your second year entering,
Third
but
year.
you want third year entering. The pitch
I
lead and
started
all of
with
that.
being
No,
at TCI. I started when they started.
oh wow, amazing! And now you a winner. So tell me about that whole experience from year one up until now to winning the competition. Like walk me through that experience.
When I first got into Made in TCI, I didn't have clothes. Is it like we didn't have like t-shirts and shorts at all? We had hats, and it was very limited. It was the colors was pink and yellow and brown with a tote bag. The tote bag was just a sample product to showcase at Made in TCI because they were encouraging young entrepreneurs who have like a startup to come there. And I was like, you know what? If I could get like a little sample, something to showcase, it's good enough. So going there in the beginning, it was scary. It was very very scary, and they made it easy to start to adjust with everything, like with the camera and standing up on stage and presenting something. It's like it's insane. It's insane. It's nerve wracking. Um, Getting used to that was insane. But they helped a lot with that. Year two is where I started adjusting, but I also introduced a new product, which was our drinks, Creatives Ginger Sun Kiss. So that was a little bit difficult to juggle with because I had just a year ago I introduced clothing. Now I'm introducing drinks. So it had them confused a bit on what it is that I'm trying to present to the table. And I was trying to tell them that's creatives. Don't have us boxed in. We're trying to put out as much of our culture as we can. And this drink is a taste of the islands. So this is why I'm bringing forth this. So with their help and their critique, I was able to perfect a lot of what I had going on with the drinks, which took me to year three to where I got that number one. So
But what
I'm gonna take the time to
what which
thank the trade department for
but
that.
what changed in year
You can
three? Like
continue.
what was so different this year?
I got it all together. I just needed that second year. That second year was what I needed, basically initially. Yeah. So the second year was just getting used to the environment that I'm now in with the camera, the interacting, and this that and sort. There was a lot of figuring out to do in that. The how do I say it? Got my tongue twisted. So year two was my grinding year. So I took what they gave. I took what they said to me, put it into perspective, and I just made it happen for you.
Let's talk about the fashion industry in general. Is
Mhm.
there any fashion designers you look up to in the not in Turks but globally?
Yes, R.I.P. Virgil, Kanye West, and Tyler the Creator.
Why do you look up to those sort of individuals? Like what inspiration are you getting from all of those guys or people?
Virgil inspiration is to he taught me no matter like he taught me a sense of like a sense of like different perspective of seeing things. How to take
Mm.
how to take for instance how to take this and make it your own. So that's Virgil. Virgil is more of um, an architect type guy. So he uses architect to implement it into his clothing. So he taught me a little bit of the diversity into fashion. Tyler the Creator taught me be one with yourself. Just be yourself. Put who you are on there, and let the rest be. Don't worry about it. Don't be afraid. Just let it be. And I've seen that in his work time and time again. And Kanye West is just great. He's all around great. You can't go wrong with Kanye West.
Can't go
To
wrong
be
with
honest,
Kanye, man.
his entire
You can't go wrong with
catalog is
Kanye. What
just
I like
beautiful
about
to me.
Kanye too is that he's
It's very
he's
inspirational.
boldly himself. Like when he steps into the room, he's Kanye. He ain't being nobody else but Kanye. He gonna be loud. He gonna be crazy, whatever you wanna call him. He embraces who he is, and I think as a creative, that's beautiful when you can truly accept yourself and be confident in your difference, because that's hard,
Yeah.
to be different and comfortable with your difference. I think I've learned that from Kanye, myself personally, watching him.
Mhm.
Ms. Rigby, I just want to thank you so much for talking about creatives. Like I
Thank
tell
you.
you, I've been following the brand for so long. I've seen the growth. I know you
Thank you.
guys got a whole new wardrobe that you're bringing out very soon. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
I gotta cop me
I
some
can't.
so I can wear on my show for sure. But yeah, I just want to encourage you to continue on your journey. And now we're going to transition into the second half of the show where you push your peers. So this is your chance now to talk about any word or words that begins with the letter P that has been transformational to your journey.
Uh, my P. The only thing I could think about is prosperity. That's the first thing that comes to mind. It's your
What
prosperity.
about it?
When I say prosperity, when I say prosperity, first thing that would come to mind to someone would be success. And with that success, people would also assume I mean wealth. But to me, success is a little bit more than wealth. I feel like if you set a goal for yourself and you're on the path of achieving it, that there in and of itself means you're already successful. So that's why I use the word prosperity. That's your push and P. So whatever it is you're doing, as long as you're taking initiative day to day to keep it up, that's success. That's prosperity. So keep pushing prosperity.
Great, great definition. Is there any other P's that you want to push?
Second P is purpose. As long as you have a purpose, everything's easier. So keep pushing your purpose. Keep pushing your P's. Keep pushing prosperity, purpose.
In my book, I talk about it being something that's multiple. Like, as we grow in life, we always find something that we have a purpose for.
Mhm.
So as we go through life, there's like multiple purposes we develop. So it's not just one purpose. Like we all and this is just my take. Like you said earlier, everybody wants is personal. But for me, what I found is
Mhm.
that the more purposes you have, the more happier you are.
And the more easier things become. Because
Definitely.
if you don't have a purpose, what's the point of doing it? You get worn out.
Exactly.
You get pushed out. When you have a purpose, it gives you a different drive. It gives you a different reason to wake up every morning and to put it on and go out there and do it. So I feel like everyone deserves a P as purpose and everyone deserves a prosperity in their life. So with that being said, keep pushing P's.
Hey, I love it. I love it. I love it. Rigby, I know your team couldn't be with us, and I really wish they had an opportunity to come here tonight. But hey, there's many more opportunities. I did get an
Yes, yes.
opportunity to
I name
interview.
dropped everyone, so they kind of was here in spirit.
Yeah, in spirit for sure.
Yeah.
I did have an opportunity at Made in TCI to speak with
Yes.
Love. I
Yes.
don't know if you saw the clip. You did see the clip,
I saw
obviously.
the clip. She's here. She's here
So
listening.
right. So there's many more opportunities in the future.
Yes.
So I'm pretty sure our paths will cross again. This will not be the last time we have creatives on here.
I hope not. We got to get
So
our gear.
for sure, for sure, I can't wait. I can't wait. Let me know when the new season stuff gets on island. I'm definitely copying a full outfit, a full fit, and also some stuff for my show. So just keep me posted on that. Can't wait for that.
Sure.
Uh, yeah, for sure. And of course, you wouldn't be a guest on my show if you didn't get a spin-off question. So are you ready?
Mhm.
What's the
Ready.
worst sandwich ingredient in your opinion?
What's the worst seven ingredient?
What's the worst sandwich ingredient in your opinion? The worst sandwich ingredient.
Mustard. Mustard. That's disgusting. I don't know why they make it.
Mustard!
No,
Shout out
bouquet
Canada.
dot. Bouquet dot. No, 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 no.
Shout out Cash.
Mustard tastes bad.
Oh, but that's interesting you said mustard.
Kendra
Mustard does
gets no
have a
shout
very
out from me.
but mustard does have a unique taste. Like you can't eat it by itself.
Yeah, I
You
don't know
always
why
gotta
people
eat
put
it
that on
with something.
food.
Because it gives it that kick.
And they gotta be something that's overpowering it. Cause ain't nobody gonna sit down and eat mustard. Like,
Pure mustard, nah. Nobody
yeah.
eating pure mustard. You absolutely. So I'm not even mad.
But I bet you gonna find
At
people
you
eat
saying.
pure ketchup.
Oh, for sure, for sure, for
It tastes
sure.
bad.
Ms. Rigby,
Mustard tastes
where
good. I
can
gotta go. Whoever created mustard, take it back.
no, but it does give your sandwiches that little kick. It does have a little kick to
You
it. I
asked another
can't lie.
question. You lagged.
Yeah, that's. But Ms. Rigby, how can we find you? How can we contact you? And where can we find your new merch that's coming on island?
You can contact us on the Kreatives page. Our new merch will be linked in there as well. We will be releasing our first website this month as well, so you can purchase online. And we're
Nice.
working back to get back on waters. So at the time being, we're only online based. So yes, you have to be very special to get one of our products.
Appreciate you, Miss Rigby.
And we're
Shout out to the
limited.
whole crew.
We're limited. So once we're sold out, we're sold
For
out.
sure. Thank you so much, Miss
No
Rigby, and shout
restocks.
out to the
We don't
whole
restock
creative
the same
team.
items twice.
Oh, sorry. What were you saying? So you're
I
breaking
said
up.
no restock. We don't restock the same items twice. We move forward.
Oh, really?
Yep, every item is unique. If you take a look, every item. Each has their own unique colors, their own design. Once that season is done, we don't restock for that season. That will be considered season 4. So whoever has season 1, you're very, very lucky because that was the smallest of stocks.
But wait, what if you, all right, from a business perspective now, what if you have something that's selling off the shelves? You
Mhm.
wouldn't bring that back?
We have our staple, Turks Up. We keep our staple hats. We have those for certain. But clothing wise, we don't restock them. Like you see, for instance, this, you're not gonna have it in a hoodie. That's how we do it.
So nothing is. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you buy creatives right now in its current season, you are
Yep,
getting an exclusive piece
yep.
of clothing that will never be reproduced again. That's pretty impressive.
You were saying?
Do you have any do you have any final words before you wrap up the show?
As great as this opportunity is with the win, with meeting you and having this opportunity here, I also want to just take the time out to reach out to the people of the Turks and Caicos. This brand here is about us. This is our culture. So that means I need my people to help me push it. When this gets anywhere, to Elon, to the moon, to the stars, it's gonna get there representing who we are. And that's all I need from y'all is togetherness. Let's come together and put this brand where it needs to be in the forefront of the world. Because I do believe our culture is just that great. And people need to hear about it just as much as they hear about our beaches every year when we win that number one. That's it.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen,
Thank you.
Daphne Rigby, the founder, the creative, behind Kreatives.
Yes.
Also, her team was with us as well. I just want to thank
In
them for coming
spirit,
on. In spirit,
shout out you
definitely.
Simmons.
Yes, these they are also the winners of this year's fashion show at Made in
Thank you.
TCI. Once again, congratulations, and we wish you the best for whatever you do. Thank you for
Thank
tuning
you.
in, and I'll see you next week on Pushing Your Peace podcast.